laptop boy.
Okay, don't get mad. I'm stupid, so I'm in the black void. I forgot to set my camera up before the stream started. I forgot to do that. Nikon. Give me the Nikon, bro. There we go. My fault, y'all. I did not plug this shit in. Back away from me, bro. Back up. Back up. Let me actually turn off my other camera. What was I in before? React screen? This is still active. Where's video? Sorry, 1 second. Just 1 sec. Deactivate. Boom. All right, we good. Take this out because I don't need it. SIU is hilarious, bro. We're gonna talk about this man. He funny as hell. I have to make sure that you cannot see any of my hickeys because that shit is mad unprofessional. I think I'm good though. All right. All right. How's everyone doing? How do y'all feel about the chapter? I'm actually more interested in people who liked it or like think this was a great storytelling decision. I need to know why you think this. Cuz I don't I don't know that I've ever had the emotions that I'm having where I'm like there's so much here I want to like and there's so many things that happened here that I've been waiting to see for a long time, but Jesus Christ that execution. Dog. We going to talk about it. We going to talk about it. By the way, the reason that I'm doing this now and today because I don't have a Kubera video. Okay, it's on. Sorry. I don't have a Kubera video. I forgot we ran out of chapters, so I don't have a video for today. So we're streaming today. The Baam versus Leeds video is ready and go. So if it's come out tomorrow, I'll drop it on Wednesday. And it was my birthday this week, so I took the Monday. I'm actually supposed to be at a cosplay event, but I'm tired. I'm cooked. I'm old. 31. I turned 31 on Saturday, guys. I partied hard Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm tired. I'm not going nowhere today. I'm about to play the video game after this stream. So I hope everyone is well though. Stay blessed. And let's talk about why I think SIU is actually a comedian. The nigga is hilarious, bro. He really did this, and he thought we'd fall for it. I mean, I did it. Somebody might have. Let me actually just spruce this up a little bit. Let's use today we will use Valentine. Put you over there. And let's get the Tower of God insignia or symbol or logo at the top. Yo, you know how Dragon Ball Bridge has like the Krillin own count? We need a KHUN death count, bro. Counter every time Aguero dies. Every time he dies, bro. I can't believe he rehashed this so again like 3 times in a season. Someone on my stream was saying that Reflejo kind of killed him once. I don't really remember it as well as I probably should, but I know for sure we're at least 3 because Rachel, Paul, and now Dumas. Shit is hilarious, man. Rip gun. Skeleton, the highest from TOG, surely around the corner for me sooner than I expected. God, SO should be ashamed of himself. Hey, nah, wait. I dropped TOG, man. I can't believe you got worse. Like you already know. Yep. The music at start of your stream is always several times louder than you. Yeah, I know. Old man Naya strikes again for the first time. CBL stock fall. I waited for this for years. The stock didn't even fall, Daniel. I'm about to tell you why. The stock didn't really fall. This is fake. Damn near, damn near 21 in this chapter made me go mental. It's ass year. Gotta say happy birthday, Unc. Thank you. Appreciate it. At work, but that title caught my attention. I'm here to be entertained. Couldn't pack. Good for your health. Don't kill me. Sup, Terrell? Unc fast 30 today. Happy belated man. Yeah, 31, yo. Ugly age though. Happy belated. Thank you. People be treating 30 like it's 50 on the internet. They do. Cause I was telling the other day, like, do you feel like, so I'm like, how do you feel? Do you feel old? I'm turning 30 in April. And I'm like, do you take care of yourself and your body? I feel great. I feel young. I cook niggas who are 18 to 25 every day in sports. They cannot hang with me. I take care of my body. I don't feel old. I'm just an old soul because I like to stay home and read, and I don't like people, and I'm grumpy. But yeah, Sony to draw a cut in the Yamcha foes. Facts. The hand of Arlene too. Yes, that's what they were saying. Happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. I'm waiting for someone in these comments to think for themselves. Think for once. I'm so real. SIU's not trying to rub it in our face that Kun is dead. Bam doesn't even think Kun is dead, which is even more hilarious. This is even more hilarious. But we're gonna talk about all the things. We're gonna talk about all the things. And everybody in my chat thinks for themselves. I don't have sheep. Brewmaster different, bro, ragdolled, the whole trio. But he didn't really do that. He didn't even really do that. We're gonna talk about it. It's literally telling us that is defeated. Bam and Rack don't believe he's dead. Saying this chapter is asses overdoing it. Bloody hell. I could say whatever I want. I could say this is just the worst chapter I have ever read. I could say that. That's my opinion. You don't have to like it. You don't have to listen to it. You motherfuckers be in the chat salty for no reason. I'm laughing at how hilarious this was. I'm not even in a bad mood. This shit was funny. Because nobody with functioning brain cells should have fallen for what he was doing this week. And I know anyone who's actually smart and their last 2 brain cells aren't fighting for no reason looked at this and went, what are we doing? But all right. The joke about age 30, 50 prime men, especially, uh, yeah. Most likely the worst chapter of Tower God ever. I never thought I'd be in a world where I would have shadow of a doubt have an ordinary over TOG, but here we are. Execution is ass, bro. Honestly, the only way I enjoy TOG these days by having the agenda like how I enjoy Wano. That makes sense. Honestly, the only way I enjoy. Wait, I read that already. We need to gather signatures to send SIU. We need the gray AA gone. Even his own characters aren't even being tricked by SU anymore. That's what I'm saying. They're like, he's not dead. I was like, even they know. But you know what it is though? Sometimes I like when series accept the absurd about itself. I'll give you an example. In the Zamasu arc for Dragon Ball Super, I like that they would just lose to Zamasu, go back in time, eat a sensu bean, and come back. Like, there's like, listen, we dropped the ball here. Let us all just like lean into all the Dragon Ballness. Like you should never pull up to a fight without sensu beans ever under any circumstance. You know what I'm saying? Like I like sometimes when series lean into that absurdity, but bro, I I've never actually I don't know that I've ever felt the emotions that I felt this week where I'm like there's so many things that are happening here that I want to just be like finally I like this. I love this. seeing the main trio humbled, hacked up, spliffed, Bam, quote unquote, losing. But then when you just think about it for even a split second, you're like, but it's fugazi. It's not real. Bam still has one thorn out. What am I supposed to do with that? He's not a full power. He's not even utilizing all the things that he could use. So I'm just looking at it like, listen, when he got Beybladed though, but yo, when Dumas turned him to Pascal Siakam, took him by the head and did this, that was crazy. I said, bro, ain't no way he just did that. He grabbed him by his head and just said, we're going for a ride. Twirled that nigga. I said, that was crazy. That was clean. That was clean. There's a lot to like here. And I want to, and like, this weird way, I'm like, I'm so happy at the same, what I'm seeing, but I'm so upset because I'm like, it doesn't work. You didn't execute. Okay, chat going crazy. I gotta go back up. Oh my god. Um, Damn, I watched the stream in like 15 minutes. Normally read the chapter late on a Monday, but I'll read it now. Happy belated though. Thank you, I appreciate it. I didn't care for the chapter, but couldn't guiding care is like normal. It's kind of funny too. Season 3 could be decent if you kept the same plot but better execution. Yo, 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 what's up, Lizard? Exactly. We have read this story for so long we can't believe this. Couldn't being able to block multiple Dumas spears automatically puts my top 50. Is that right, Daniel? I expect it from you, not from these sheep you have. They're not sheep. And MS, what's up? Had to see what level of hate this week. I didn't mind the chapter, but this chapter made me angry about the last chapter again. I mean, couldn't actually kill Dumas with that move. Oof. What could happen for this arc to reach Wano tier? I don't know. It's already kind of there, in my opinion. People can call themselves a true fan of TOG if they understand the jokes and satisfaction of watching Kun suffering. I'm not even a Kun hater. I don't hate Aguero. I'm not. I would call myself an Aguero enjoyer, but it is so funny how much the community hates him. So anytime something bad happens, they're like, "Yes, tap dance on his grave." Yeah, it'd be so funny. SOU, can you please stop this ass? We know they're not dead. Rack dying for me would be too good to be true. Don't kill me. Um, Blocks the spear because Bam is reinforcing the lighthouse. Please reread. Don't be sheep. He's trying to get under your skin by calling you guys sheep. But you guys always thought for yourself because there's many chapters where you guys are not on my side. So don't fall for it. It's a trick. I already know there are mindless meat riders glazing this chapter in the comics. Oh yeah, but that's like the line webtoon community. They are absolutely generational glazers. There's nothing bad that could ever happen. They just glaze every week. It's the best thing they ever read. I forgot Bam's new form doesn't revive you like it did the blonde high ranker girl, so I thought Quinn was dead until I corrected. Fake tension at its peak, to be honest. Yep. Enjoy yourself the fullest, Naya, because we all know Dumas is about to be one tap next chapter. The dark twist is coming, dark change. Exactly. How can could be in trouble? Bam is not going all out. Bro said Beybladed him. He turned him into Pascal Siakam, bro. Liu rooting TOG comedy right now. Bam and Bam got saved by Rack's ass. This was all bad, Naya. I'm not gonna be brainwashed by the pretty colors. I refuse, man. I was entertained this week. Dumas's Caliban at home, at home, but we got a little motion. Art of the chapter. The art was actually really good. That is true. That one, like he drew it with a step level of intensity and solidness for a lot of these panels. The art was really good. But Bam refusing to go all out and trying to use the move on Dumas that he already saw was a turnoff for me. Kun's death, no one believes is permanent. If Bam breaks down and confesses that he has no idea what he's doing, I'll give the crown to Liu. Bam's inner monologues better just be please work, work, work. Fuck yes, plot on repeat. Question is what way SOU will revive Quinn this time? I still think it'd probably be IU, the sweet fish, because it's been powered up with White's ability. So maybe now it can like I don't know work on it. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I assume IU. Been come to nice streams before order mark. I just gotta stand on business in that Discord. A part of the Beyblade is a part of my first fave. Yeah, that was good. I adore Aguero, man. SCB massacring my boy. Yeah, he's not the same character he used to be. People don't notice SCU was getting lazy in drawing popper fight seats and power display and just give us extra large zoomed in pictures. Oh, I've noticed. I can't believe I'm saying this, but SLU, please bring back Karaka. At least it will be hype for one panel. You got one shot. Karaka is not coming to help you, Daniel. I'm sorry, brother. I can't call these fake out deaths. I can't call these fake out deaths when we know it's not gonna happen. I was entertained with a chapter though, even if it was a goofy narratively. That's how I feel. Like my literal brain is like, this didn't make any sense. But me, I'm just like, this was funny though. I was entertained. Why hasn't Bam used used the BS Time rewind powers? Oh, his I don't know that he could do that on command. I don't know but you know sometimes he'll use an ability and never use it again. But with all things said about this chapter, Bam getting his ass whooped was peak. That's that's what you're holding back gets you. Naya and Chat and Dr. Bonehead Chat need to go to war on who's the most loyal every week. The same level of glaze. I'll be in the middle. Did Bam get twisted at the end of the chapter? It looked like he like I I think it's supposed to look like he kind of took his head off, but we know Dumas had to capture him alive, so it's just funny. Cause took his head and just spun him. I don't think he wanted to get hit by that move. I guess this is all set up for the fish to battle against the Yeon family fish. By the way, fourth time SC tried to make us think Kun is dead. I got one issue with this chapter, but I want to see if anyone mentions it and thinks for themselves. Hey, sorry, I'm late. How things, brother? You're not late, man. You're good. You're on time. I'm good. Can't complain. I had a great weekend. My one day is kind of hilarious, so we here. I saw a good comment. Dumas is someone with a lot of experience with spells, and he's seen Kun literally use magic the last chapter, yet he just let Kun go after stabbing him and nothing else. Eh, maybe he doesn't know. I don't know if he thinks all spells. Well, I guess his armor spell would kind of work that way. That's fair enough, I guess. Dumas should fully destroy Kun's body. Dumas, he is dead. Bam is never being the masochist allegations. SIU. It would be funny if Kun wakes up and it's it's white in his body absorbing the souls was a trap. What the point of this again? Dumas Bunting was great. Bam trying his best, but he's not doing his best. See, you're not reading. Well, at least it's kind of confirmed Karaka has an original body somewhere, but you know what needs to happen? Let Kel Helm get his run back against Dumas. Dumas really said his it was his whole nemesis. I don't know how I feel about this chapter. After that fight, I can judge. Would be cool after Bamley's loose like help to revive Kun, get a contract with a student. Fourth time, I thought Kun died 3 times. I remember 3, but they're saying in the hand of Arlene, he also kind of had like a fake death or fake out death a little bit. But all right, let me give my thoughts for a second, and then we'll hop into it. So again, I like that they got packed up, but again, you know me, I don't care if you have a brilliant concept if you don't execute it well. And the problem here is obviously, well, I'll give you my very personal spin on this. This part of it is just a Naya Hemmings original. I am a true believer a lot of the times if you want to make somebody like really question why someone thinks someone is special, you use somebody who's supposed to be seen on a even playing field as them to some degree. It has actually always bothered me that the few times that Bam has been truly challenged, it's always by somebody spectacular. So you could say like, yeah, he's taken his lumpings and he had to go through the motions and certain trials and tribulations during the first and second season. But if you think about the first person who kind of learned and heard a lot of things about Bam and was kind of like, they do all of this for you. It was somebody who, for some reason, Jinsung thinks he's failed, who is blessed by Shinsu, who is special, who has the essence of bravery, who is a core commander in Zahard's army, who was a candidate to be a slayer because Ha Jinsung tried to recruit him. The first person to look at Bam and be like, "You're weak," was a core commander, not a rank regular, not a new regular, not a new ranker or something like that. Like that has always personally bothered me because I think that's not cool. I could really like I don't want to get into it too much because I don't want to focus on that part. And then I'm thinking like, okay, now it's Dumas, like top 3 in a great family. Like we have to. It always has to be somebody super spectacular and magnanimous. It can never just be like, yo, there's somebody you don't really know about that's supposed to be in the same playing field. Dumas has probably been alive for how long? Gustang trust him to get these missions done. He's supposed to be the austerity or the sternness of Gustang, and this is who it takes. But put that aside for now. Again, that's my personal gripe. 2, right? And I'm gonna keep using this example till I'm blue in the face. When Bam was fighting with Calivan with Karaka, what did he have out? Horns, thorn. He didn't use both thorns. I admit that. But as far as what we understand Bam can use in his power set, in his arsenal, in his toolkit, we know he can pull that out when he wants. Shield, Red Theresa, The rest of cutlery can transform because Doom tried to use that. The Black March he can use. The Black March also helps him regulate his strength. We've seen that during the last station when it was kind of trying to like regulate it properly so he wasn't wasting energy. And then Leviathan. When he broke out the ice to pack up the Frost Bear guy, the Frost Bear and remember the family leader from the Lopabia, the family branch leader. He had two horns, Leviathan out, and orbed up to pack him up. He's using more power there. If Bam had two thorns out like he did against White, because against White, if you look carefully, it's inconsistent and the art is bad from the standpoint of SIU didn't keep doing the same thing the way that apparently Yama's shirt came off. It came off during the Yas Ratcha fight. There's some inconsistency there, but he has two thorns out. And I'm like, presently, as I understand how Bam understands his current power set, he is trying his best. But with one thorn out, I don't care how powerful the technique is, you're not trying your hardest. A Kamehameha in Super Saiyan 1 is not as strong as a Kamehameha in Super Saiyan Blue, in UI Omen, in UI Mastered. I shouldn't want to use powerful. Him trying to use the Tiger Dragon Gate actually made sense to me because Hajin Sung split Dumas in two before he reformed. And then he's like, okay, so maybe this will work. But I'm like, you're not using it with the most power output that you can. If he had all those things going on and Dumas was still embarrassing him, I'd be like, all right, bro, you need a dark twist. Someone has to push you emotionally and piss you off so that you start using those other ancillary powers within your like whatever world you want to call it, BAM storage space. If seeing your friends getting attacked is not enough for you to kind of snap or take something seriously, I don't know what will. I would argue Bam had a more visceral reaction to just hearing Arc Aptor and Prince were dead. But you're seeing Dumas, somebody that you saw kind of pack up you, Yama, Hajin Sung, and Karaka, just easily throw a spear through that and draw blood from them, and you're not taking it seriously. You have one thorn out, and then he take this seriously. I can't. It's not. He's not. He's not trying. He's not trying, bro. He's not at full power. I don't know what to do with this. I'm looking at it. I'm like, damn, you whooping your ass. But and he seems very experienced. Also, by the way, we're rehashing the Caliban gimmick a little bit. I do want to add something to it. We're rehashing the Caliban gimmick from the I can't hurt him. He's too sturdy. I can't break through. I saw this episode already, and it's also playing out very similarly to White and Bam. I also saw the episode already, so we're just doing all the things. We're just rehashing the same gimmick over and over, which is also very lazy and tired. But anyways, what I'm trying to discern is if the, so let's talk about the things that are interesting. Does Dumas' armor work the same as Karaka's? Because I'm under the idea that it doesn't work the same from the standpoint of I'm starting to for some reason believe Dumas is more doing a pain gimmick. Somehow within the role of his armor, he can control this robotic automaton body thing with the talons, whatever, because it looks different from him but similar. Like his legs aren't like that. He looks human inside of his world, whatever the case is. I don't know if this is a combination of him being an arc librarian and then getting the sturdiness of or austerity of the family head. I'm not sure how it works, but Karaka to me has always seemed like a living person in the armor. But the armor has self-regenerative properties. So I remember Erect Mazzino saying that's cheating. I can't give you the wings that way in the floor of death or something along those lines. So I'm starting to wonder if the armor works differently. Maybe Dumas is truly unbeatable in here. You actually can't beat him here, or you have to attack the heart. I've seen this gimmick done before. The first time I ever saw it was when I played Paper Mario 64. There's a giant Cluba, a type of Mario enemy, and there was one called Tuba Bluba, the invincible Tuba Bluba in Chapter 3. Spoilers, I guess, for Paper Mario. Um, Tuba Bluba was a coward that got powered up by the Star Rod when Bowser took the Star Rod from the Star Road. And what he did was separate his heart from his body. If you try to fight him, you can't. No matter how good you are, or how strong you are, how you could be max level and the best Paper Mario player, you cannot damage that nigga. It takes no damage. You have to run out the castle or sneak around him. You can't fight him. But when you find his heart in the is it Gusty Village in the Windmill or somewhere around there? I can't remember the names right now, but you fight the heart, you weaken it. When the heart and body reunite, now you can hurt him. And I'm trying to kind of figure out exactly how the heart and Dumas's armor and his relation to Gustang and being like a passage of text all connects. We don't have those answers yet. I'm not mad. I'm not saying it's bad. We don't know that yet, but I'm hoping we get some answers sooner rather than later. So I wanted to add that layer because I think that's important. I'm starting to think the armors don't necessarily work the exact same, but let me know what you guys think, and let me catch up to the comment section because I've been talking for a minute. My bad, bro. Um, it would be funny if Quinn wakes up and it's white and he's like a part of his plan again. Well, at least it kind of confirmed Crockett's numbers. Oh, wait, I think I read that right. His old nemesis. Don't know how I feel. Fourth time. Dumas, he is dead. What do you mean? Most people cannot live without a heart. LOL. Yeah, right. It's like what does that mean? Um, yeah, if we got Kel versus Dumas, not gonna lie, I'd be hyped. Kelly is washed. Yama moving him. That same Yama was doing negative damage to him to Dumas. When Luffy was on Wano, going from base to gear fourth and back, was he not doing his best? He's using what he has to damage Dumas and nothing working. He will try a second thorn, doesn't boost AP. So having space time abilities doesn't help you in a fight. And Luffy also has a stamina drain that we are absolutely aware of. So him going into those forms drains his stamina. So he has a reason to not go in it. It's not a one-to-one situation. You guys try this all the time. I'm too smart for that. You can come harder, bro, because you're in there fuming secretly. I can tell. Come harder. Come on. Come on. Come on, Streetorius. Come on. Um, Kel never uses this never to tape after the jihad speech. Kurigan would never on God. um the reason why Bam is spinning at the end is because Dumas simply reversed the impact of the piercing technique that he tried on him, kind of like Avatar where Zuko and Uncle Iroh can redirect lightning. Honestly, I couldn't tell. The art wasn't that. I like the idea that he took his head and just spun him around like a Beyblade. Funnier to me. My agenda is more important. He also ignited Black March against versus Califat. He did round one. Did he round two when he was fighting with Karaka? I don't remember if I remember that. But him not pulling out the Black March didn't surprise me. I don't. For some reason, I don't know if he respects it. I can't really whatever. You remember when Pudidi baited Bam to use his power so that Trom could sense him and use Cobalt to pick them up? How can Essa use something so smart but continue to write nonsense like this? Shame. This is the biggest problem that I have. If you're just ass, you're ass. But I've seen him have incredible stretches and in some ways do some of the best things that I've seen in a lot of stories, and then it's up and down all around. It's a roller coaster of a ride. Did Bam forget he could use piercing? Is he stupid? I don't know. What Bam be thinking, bro? Where was I at? I'm talking about when he attacked him from kind. That's the red thrust and doing more damage than the floor butterfly. He will use it, but I feel like SCU's art is inconsistent. He probably is using the thorns. I don't see the horns, bro. I didn't make a comment about him using the Yama. I said he was impressed by that Yama. Oh yeah, cause like, oh you're right, cause he was like, oh his power is on par with the first generation. He wasn't even fully transformed, so yeah, he might be kind of covered. But see, but then Bam, when he's fighting Ren, he's like, "Oh, don't think I really lost my arm." And he's stinking through it, or he's fighting the mud flat snake, and he's like, "Okay, I kind of get it. Like they're slippery. I have to like it's just so up and down all around. It's never consistent." Oh my god! My problem with the Tiger Dragon Gate was using a move that Dumas knows is dangerous, and he instantly stopped Bam from hitting it compared to other moves. I suppose that's a good point. I could openly see that Bam is kind of flustered, so I can see that he's kind of desperate in some ways, but ultimately the move didn't work and he did revive, but maybe that's the strongest thing he think he could use. I'm not entirely sure, but I hear you. I don't think it was perfect. I just kind of understood why he did it, but it kind of reminds me of how Obi-Wan ends up fully putting down Maul, because when they see him in Rebels, Maul tries to use the exact same technique or same kind of recreate the same scenario that killed Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan saw right through that shit. Like, no, I am the nicest Jedi of all time. Pussy. It's just so funny to me. I'm happy. Last 2 weeks, they're not good, but at the very least, there's something to talk about, and they're funny to me. That's the best that I could do. SIU's art inconsistency is not an excuse. It wasn't there in a single panel. Yeah. A. Oh, you're right. It's one thing if you saw it and didn't see it. He never summoned the horns. That's true. Where was I? 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 In the negative, just 1 week. What's up, Maro? Um, my problem with the wait, I read that already. I read that already. Karaka, yeah, the second thorn boosts the space you may use to deal needles, but doesn't boost Shinsu attacks. You don't know that. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure every thorn still gives you a basic stat boost. But at the end of the day, if I have a space time ability that's gonna help me in a fight, and maybe I'm like, okay, maybe I can't break his heart. What if I had something that could help me teleport his heart, like the arrow or the second thorn, or what I use when the ship try to transport me somewhere during the navigator's crossroad? Like, we're not gonna pretend like having teleportation on your side doesn't help you. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's not a good argument. It doesn't matter if it powers them up. You get a teleportation type ability. Use that to your advantage. It's not a good argument. It's not a good argument. Like Dumas equals Nagato and the armor, kind of like pain. Like that's kind of like how I'm thinking about it. Like the pain is the best example I can use, but it's almost like he's not in the armor. He's controlling it from somewhere. If that makes sense. I'm not saying I'm right. This is just kind of like I'm just trying to like make sense of what I'm seeing, but I don't 100% know what's going on. Someone like Dumas should be stronger than the true self form and horns. I don't know why SIU won't let Bam get beat up in his stronger forms unless I'm wrong and Dumas is mid. By all accounts, if we're being really serious, right, Dumas should be able to handle this and not lose. But ultimately, I have yet to see Bam at full power, and Bam in this series, Bam is treated a certain type of way. You have to look at how an author treats a main character, because this is something I never really noticed about Luffy until really the post time skip, where they start to coddle the main character and they can't do anything wrong and they have to kind of win or always look good, or there has to be some type of built-in excuse someone can use. If you really think about it, SIU does the most to put Bam out of harm's way. Remember how I always make the joke Dustin was right like 5 years ago when me and him debated how Yuri Jahar versus the 25th Bam in the last station, and he's like Bam would win. His argument wasn't that Bam was stronger. His argument was that the story is contrived and built in such a way that the events of the world itself bend its will to protect Bam, because I was talking about Europe being top 500, this and that, blah blah blah, Black March, Green April, this and that, and the third, and he's like, yeah, 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 that's great, but. And then later on, we started to really see what he meant. Okay, he's fighting Charlie. He's supposed to die. Boom. Yuri throws the Black March towards him, the Black March that already likes him, and that helps him kind of get out of the situation with Charlie. Like, the story converges in a very contrived way to always get him out of trouble in some way, shape, or form. So it's very important on your part to see how an author or creative team treats their main character, because some of them treat their main character awful. They're always in trouble. They always like dying on their last breath or something of the sort. Like there's multiple ways to do it. Bam to me is very protected. SIU protects Bam from a lot of the things that we probably want to see him go through, at least maybe over here. Maybe in Korea, the standards and traditions are different and not the same. So it's they don't feel that way, but yeah. I don't even I didn't make it wait. I don't know, bro. There's so many comments. I'm actually at the point now where I can't keep up with comments. It's different from Karaka, in my opinion, because he's in the armor and Dumas is not in the armor. Armor's like a robot and a person controlling a robot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Zombie? I don't think he's a zombie. Dumas seems to have the infinite past lives, so I doubt it's 1-to-1. I don't. I just don't get SIU's mindset. There's no mindset. There's no vision. There's no passion. There's no fucking mindset. Was the Chelsea guy who went on a rant? What caused Bam to go in the dark twist form against White? Dying? Getting cut? Her learning that arc after Ed Prince died? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It is funny too. Lizard brought up the fact that Rack got captured and called prey, and that pissed him off when he transformed. But he saw Guerrero like with a spear in his chest and didn't like get mad. But again, I think this is like meta. Like they're so used to Guerrero like fake out death fake outs that they're like, he's fine, he's not dead. The second third drains his stamina. This is what Nine is saying. How does it help him in the fight? He needs to figure out how it helps him in the fight. Yeah, because if he can teleport himself or his friends away or the heart away, he'll be good. B- Bam does not suffer from real stamina drain, and he has the infinite Shinsu loop. Try again. Like I said, he's over there. He's not. You're not. You're not intelligent, brother. I'm sorry. There's never any reasoning for Bam choosing and not choosing certain powers at the same time. That Mel's will be a shout out to Roofy man. He didn't pop Black March in season 3 for some reason. I mean, after meeting Yuri, he was told not to use it in public. I might have forgot that detail then. But Black March isn't something he defaults to, but Leviathan is still there. Um I expect flying Raijin from the second Thorn. You're what's a good Star Destroys? Nice. Sorry, you wrong. The second Thorn is not a basic stat boost. He's a mastered it in the fight. You're just ignoring the developments of agenda. Show me Bam teleport in a fight, please. We've seen. I didn't say Bam teleport in a fight. We know he has teleportation powers. You're putting words in my mouth. Bam has teleported himself with a thorn fragment when the crossroad navigators tried to take him somewhere because Dorsey answered the question wrong. He did it with the arrow, with the debris or whatever when not when Calivan's like people blew up or something, and then he also did it with the fish. He can teleport. I didn't say he mastered the thorn. Why did my thing go to that screen? My thing is tripping. But I didn't say you mastered the thorn, but use it. Where was I at? Dumas saved TOG, Naya. You gotta thank the Lord for that. How did he save TOG? Explain that to me. He ignited two thrones against White in chapters 510 and 511. Bam fight against White is probably the hardest we've seen Bam fight. It's a shame the writing was made at the time, so will not be peak. Bam could also break space with the second thorn, which is an offensive move. Prince and Arc after, even though he never talked to those guys, Yua literally begged him to help those dudes. He said, "Nah, fam, you're good." Couldn't got the straw hat, blind faith, Luffy tax at this point. Yeah. Um, we know that the second dark change is coming. Just a matter of time now. We'll see how the dark twist goes. We'll see. But again, I just think this chapter was funny, man. Like I just don't know how I'm supposed to take this. Like how am I supposed to take somebody I know isn't using all of their powers? And I know he doesn't understand it. But the point that I'm trying to make is the ones that he understands, he should be using them. But the ones that we see him use frequently, he should be using it. At the very least, everything we saw him pull out against White, and remove the dark change mode for a second. Because again, I don't think that's something he can consciously go into or out of. He needs to be emotionally pushed to that point or angry or pissed off. But it would be nice if he can actually go into it willingly at some point. But we'll have to see what happens, man. But funny chapter. Again, I still think it's hilarious because I'm reading it and I'm like, damn it, I really want to be like, yes, finally. This trio's getting their ass beat. We're putting respect on rankers, but even though it's Dumas of all people and not like a more random one or lower tier one, it's like someone who's like top five, top three in the family, depending what you think. If I remember correctly, I think Korea just assume he's top 30, but then Guerrero and another Guerrero fake out death. But I think one thing about me that I don't like is I don't like when we have to keep using these gimmicks, just gimmicks like I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm interested in seeing how Dumas's armor works. That's for damn sure. I want to see how the armor works and see. I think he's probably different in this. There's some reason I feel like he's a real person who somehow got like text passage powers. Like I don't remember the guy's name, but was it Lamont? What was that? What was the guy who Bam had to like actually put a little bit of his back into it? He's the one who returned the book to Gustang and turned back into text. Like I guess he's just not a real person. For some reason, I think Dumas is a little bit of an in between. Like he's partially like a person, but like text. But I'm not sure how that works. So I don't know though. I'm just spitballing or freeballing here, but fortunately, this man has done some irreparable damage to his series and power scaling and things of that nature, so it's just hard to take anything at face value. It's like I was saying last week, too. It's hard to take what's happening at face value unless you throw away everything you know and understand about the series prior to. So you kind of have to look at it like, I don't know, bro. But again, this is a series that I start to see in the same vein as One Piece, where it's like It doesn't really matter what side of the fence you're on, you're gonna anger somebody. The Glazers are always gonna come out and just put their cape on, and SIU can't do any wrong in any shape or form. The same way if you say, "Oh, I don't like this about One Piece," Oda defenders come out the woodworks with their sword and their shield, and they come at you. And I'm like, "All right, bro, this is why I don't talk to you guys about One Piece. This is why I stopped reading One Piece because I'm tired. I do not like inconsistency. At least be consistently mid." Now, anyways, can we go back to Luslek and Mazzino? We need that back, bro. We need that back. I want Luslek and Mazzino back. That was so peak. Oh, that was peak. That was peak. Let me add this. I don't even think I said this in the last stream. I do like that Rack's transformation at least had some effect on him in his normally that his rock control is better and I guess he's faster because he feels lighter. I like that. There was at least something that came out of that because I thought that transformation was god awful. Not like the fact that he transformed or could transform, just the timing, the way it happened, and the execution. Because I think Rack is a good enough character that he deserved better in a better moment for something that great to happen to him. That's just me. That's just me. Oh, yeah. What did I say? Belmont? Richmond is what I meant. Uh, where was I? I don't know where I was at. I'm just gonna read from what I can see. Treating his readers like kindergarten kids. People be praising Dumas for no different Rack couldn't, but the damage is already done. Rack done bash to bitch head in. Oh, the shout out to Rashut, man. She was eye candy. Though I do love seeing Bam get his ass beat hell off rip. Bam was trying harder against Caliban, so I don't really buy this fucking fake tension. The Riddler, the Riddler is Levi Levy. We saw Bam arrow skill better than before. He's like soul skill, has different color, deeper blue than we think. Why does Dumas kill Kun if he's been told to spare Bam's friends, or did I miss something? That's the only thing I didn't like in the chapter. Is he fusing the orb and black Shinsu sphere again yet? I don't know. I never know what they're doing. The author's really pushing it with Kun and Rack. They obviously should not have power to stand two weak ass rankers, much less the higher rankers of a big family. I did say when they got separated it was going to be a bad look because I don't think that they're going to hold Bam back or whatever. But the main takeaway from this is to create a scenario where Bam feels like his friends are in danger to power him up and get stronger or something. But I don't know. Could be a person who turned into text. Gustang might have that power. Okay. Okay, so okay. That's how you realize you fucked the power scaling. If you notice, it's been a while since SU revealed character rankings, even though they should be top 100 and are influential. He can't use the blue hole title. Yeah, but the power scaling for a lot of these, but then again, I think I'm at this point where I understand Eastern storytelling doesn't have a overly they, power scaling in a very seamless, consistent sense is not something that I think Eastern storytellers care about a lot. I'm not going to say Western storytellers too, because obviously for self-contained stories, I'd say more often. Nah, am I lying? Because Deadly Class has terrible power scaling. I love Rick Remender, but what Marcus did was crazy. Like he wasn't that raw yet. But I do think we care about it, or at least try to do it. With them, it's just like, oh, this would be cool, and they'll do something like that. Like, I remember when Luffy got tied up in Fishman Island, I couldn't take that. I'm like, this is rope. I've seen you break through iron and steel. You could even just inflate and break through this. Granted, he went gear second and hit Vander Decken with like with Jet Yadi or whatever spear, but it's like, bro, you can't break through some fucking ropes? Rope? Insanity. Insanity. He used the horns against Caliban against one against Green Mohawk dude, and then he turns him off for Dumas. That's what I'm saying. By the way, do I think Dumas is a prisoner of his power or that place? When he mentioned Bam's power could awaken or free his heart, I'm not entirely sure. Like that's one of those things I have to wait to see how it plays out. It'd be interesting that the trade off is that he's trapped there. Like to be able to use this, he has to trap himself there. But then you have to ask yourself: does he need to eat, self sustain? Does he get? I think I asked this too during the Actually, no, that wouldn't be the case though, because I was wondering if maybe his armor worked has like a pain share. Like if you could beat the armor, does he take damage? And if you beat him, does the armor take damage? But I don't think it works like a stand either. You guys said Rock should have said he was feeling closer to the rocks before transforming when he only gets that connection when he forcibly transforms, like I told you guys, but you guys cried. The horns have been a staple to indicate has deserved better. Is somewhat trying. Bam is somewhat trying. So this just makes that rack complete transformation stronger than Dumas. That's why SU didn't use it against him, or at least defeat his heart. I don't know that for sure for a fact, but it is an interesting choice to not have him just transform again. But then again, probably too quickly, especially if he can't do it whenever he wants to. So yeah, it just makes uh it just makes it that Rack's complete transformation. Wait, I read that. Next, Shibisu will defeat Lobodan of Prowse. Hey, that's shout out to the killer karate, bro. The killer art, the deadly arts. I wonder how the Koreans feel about this chapter. We'll see in a second. Could you imagine SIU is super drunk and forgot how to draw the horns and everything? Haha. The reason I respect Toriyama is Toriyama will just tell you when he forgets something. I remember someone's like, "Hey Toriyama, how come Goten and Trunks didn't have tails?" He's like, "Oh shit, my bad." Like I respect that more. He isn't even using the shit used against Data Jihad. Nope. But you know, Bam has a like. How many? I don't. This is a genuine question. How many times has Bam scattered his orb as to defend himself? Since he used it against Dada Jahab when Dada punched him and he got like he and Bam counted him because Bam had split his orb and like scattered it to defend himself. Like he has a very bad habit of kind of doing things once or twice. But and someone did ask me like why doesn't he stab himself with the thorn to exude the power of the administrator? I for some reason I remember that being one of the few things that was literally taxing on Bam from a stamina standpoint, but I don't remember. I don't recall. Unserious story, man. AI new jab as. We're looking at a second. Could you wait? He shouldn't be goofing that much after time skip. I think 80% of the series of battle have bad power scaling, and if that's a good one, they'll fuck it up by the end. I've read a lot of series with the good power scaling. I can't say that I'm used to it, so that's just me though. But that's fair. I hope Tiara's pen has a big spotlight in this fight. Either that or Bam getting White's crown mode. That's a good point. He has Tiara's pen, which I wanted to get back, but I wonder if he can start do some reality things. But then again, I wonder if Dumas is aware of the pen though. Dumas might know that, so I feel like it's not safe for him. The only person we know that was directly, absolutely 100% powered up by White was IU, the sweet fish that KHUN has. So I wonder if this is when the crowd comes into effect, maybe with Bam, but we'll have to see. Okay, I just wanted to stop by and say I like the art and the plot drove me crazy. I kind of wish I was not reading week to week, so if some of this stuff is recovered in hindsight, it'd be less glaring. I feel that, Sebastian. I feel that. Also, crazy that this nigga Dumas don't need a beating heart to live. Might be the armor. Friend, wait. Friend did point out that Bam apparently tries to use his sword and before end up in armor, but I'm still annoyed he didn't get enraged here. Oh no, he used the red Thressa, but remember that was level one though. If from when it looked like level one. We've seen it transform. I don't know if he could consciously do that, but shield, arrow, black march, the two horns, Leviathan, none of that's being used here, so he's not at full power. As far as I'm concerned, Bam right now is like SSJ1 and he hasn't gone 2, 3, 4, God, Blue, Omen, or UI mastered. You know. Now, don't be surprised if Dorsey defeats Holland if they fight. I hope Dumas snatches the pen and delivers it back to the rightful owner. These high rankers be different. Did he use it against Caliban? He had his like horns out against Caliban and a thorn out. After a while when he was fighting him with Karaka. And then he used I think Black Shinsu Sphere, and that's what caused the crack that White ended up using to blow to like hurt Caliban, and Caliban blew his arm up to not have the attack reverberate him reverberate throughout his body and do damage to himself. Against Caliban, he made his hands bleed. Where where is Caliban? Somebody please bring my goat back. I miss 100 bands. I do miss 100 bands, Caliban. I do. When Bam ignites the thorn, stabs himself, Bam to say he couldn't use it for long periods of time and that is taxing on his body. See, that's the one thing I remember him saying that because even when Bam, the thing, Glam and I spoke about this in the Bam versus Lee's video, which will be out later this week. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. It's like an hour long. I won't lie to you. 45 minutes into editing that video, I got a little lazy. I got tired, but wait, what did you just say to me? Taxing on his body. A lot of times when Ban goes through a physically taxing ordeal, he gets a power up that restores his stamina. Because he was tired against White. But when he got the White crown, then we saw him talking with Machete later, he was fine. And he went straight to the next mission inside the Suspendium where he absorbed Leviathan. So that's why sometimes it's hard to really get an understanding of what things truly tire the man out or not because we don't often see him in truly compromising positions. So it's just one of those things where like one last god, Kubera is not afraid to make Lee's look bad, inept, incompetent, or not ready yet. Where sometimes with this series, it seems like he might be a little afraid to do that. But sometimes I wonder if that's the pressure of like his audience on him. I thought my thing just froze. My thing freeze? What the hell? Yeah. Shout yo, like the stream by the way. Like the stream, y'all. Like the stream. We got 58 people in here. 60. So like that stream, hit the stream for your like hit the like for me, please. Where was I at? If it's just if there is a setting that is taking the scaling less serious, it's more acceptable. Against that of Jihad anyway. How do you feel about the Power God scaling? How do you feel about Tower God scaling up to now on a scale to 1 to 10? What do you mean like how do I feel about power scaling in general in this series? Like a 4 out of 10. It's not very good. Or do you mean that we're escalating with fighting a lot of stronger characters and family heads and stuff? I mean, I'm cool with it. I've made peace with that. I don't think we're ever gonna really go back to the. I think there's been a paradigm shift at some point. I don't think climbing the tower is really like the focal point in that sense anymore. But we'll play a game. Korea rated chapter 3 out of 10. Korea must hate KHUN. Level 2, Theresa has the eye in it and the tail. Bam used level 2 versus Sea Snake when he blitzed him. Okay, yeah. Korea liked the chapter actually. How did but they do but it's true. A lot of people like the chapter just because they hate Aguero. I feel like I'm a Aguero defender. I do not hate bro. I just miss how he was a little bit earlier in the series. Um how did the higher ranker regeneration work? Like Doom got his head pierced by H's spear. He regenerates casually. Did Doom do that? Are you sure you're not thinking of Kel Hellam? Did Doom? I think Doom got hit in his chest and he kind of revived. But yeah, I don't know. Because I remember Machete saying that Hodgins Sung's regeneration is crazy, but presently as we saw him, he's like, my arms aren't healed, and I'm like, and there's the and again, I mostly chalk it up to writing, but sometimes I have to genuinely wonder if it's a translation error. Sometimes, like the translations aren't messing with us. Like we actually do not have a single good version of Tower God translated. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm surprised they liked it. I am too, but yeah, the way that whole video I lowballed leads. I mean, I lowballed Bam, so Bam's powers still think he will. Bam's powers that still think he will use Aria Rewind Time Power, Gigantic Orb, White Horns. The Time Power, I don't know. I hope he could still. I don't know if he could still use that at will, but we'll see. Leads to go. Don't hate him either, but funny. Doom got hit in the head by real. Oh yes, the Endorsey fanboy. Was it his head? I thought it went through his chest for some reason. Maybe Helm got hit in the chest when the Van Kel threw this ancient spear. Then yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know, bro. This is one of those series like One Piece where people will definitively tell you something does something, and there's no. You can't necessarily argue against it because you don't know yourself, but they're convinced it works a certain way. So yeah. I think it was a special spirit. You people that sent you on Discord? No, but I'm going to right now. Real translation for Jinsung, I can't heal. My stomach hurt. Nah, yeah. Doom got his head pierced straight up by the ancient spear Rack used. See if I can find it. All right. Let's see what we got in here. Okay, so these are the comments. These for today. High rankers are hard to kill, but even when they're but but they're even harder to save when they're mortally wounded. I forgot Yama said that. That's kind of funny. KHUN and Iraq, greater than high rankers, keep getting confirmed. I'm putting it on screen. Hold on, check if I find it. Wait, did I save this file properly? I did. I forgot this line was said, but there's a lot of lines like this that don't mean anything. They're just throwaway lines that just get said to be said. Like I can honestly admit there's times where perhaps I could be a little overly critical, but for us to pretend like this isn't common to just have throwaway lines like this all the time, eh. But I'd rather be critical than an idiot who falls for everything. So like imagine reading this chapter and be like, wow, I um I I objectively think this is good. I don't think you're intelligent. I truly mean that with my heart and soul. I think you're dumb. But I never tell you what to enjoy. You just enjoy something, you enjoy something. But for you to look at me and be like, this is actually good? No, you're not intelligent. You don't understand storytelling. You're not a critical thinker. You do not have the ability to break down text, analyze or deconstruct it. It's not your forte. Maybe you're pretty and you look good. Maybe you're athletic. Stick to that. Over here, we use our brain cells. Um Kel Helm got hit in the side. Okay, he's the one who got hit in the chest. All right, so that's my bad. Then I reversed it. All of this, people and high rankers hold back. Now that I think about this, who are you to lowball Lee's Asha? It also kind of baffled me that Dumas reacted to Rank's ancient looks and power, but Gust and Traumaray didn't even react to it. In TOG Gacha, they show a young 13 warriors fighting against H's looking like Rack. I actually have used those cutscenes in some of my videos, so I've seen those ones. Yeah. Um, it was interesting for him to be like, that's rather rare. You're kind of special. Like you're like almost like an extinct like dying species. So I'm not gonna get you out of here. But yeah. If I took that video 10,000% serious, Baam might have read records. Not gonna lie, but you did take the. I feel like you took that video seriously because when I was listening back to it, I could even tell when I mentally checked out the conversation, and that was like 30-second minutes in. You kind of yapped more than I did, but no. Again, I still think it's a close fight with no definitive answer. But I never really hyped up Bam either. And he's done things since we've done the video anyway. It's not a big deal. They'll enjoy it anyway. It's a good video. Yeah, if Doom can survive getting hit in the head and pierce, anyone can survive the injuries. This is greatness, brother. You are missing 90% of your brain cells. Facts. That makes no sense. High rankers should heal faster unless in some context if they get hurt, it's a lot of damage. Don't misunderstand Naya. I only drew this chapter because of my agenda. Oh no, not I'm not I'm not I'm not sorry. I am not signaling out anybody because again, I think mid hits sometimes. I mean, ultimately I was entertained. I'm like, I'm cool. It's not good, but I'm cool. I wasn't singling anybody out. It's just like even when I remember with like the One Piece chapters, right? When I'm telling people like I am not having, I'm gonna be very vague, but with the flashback with the bear guy in the Bible with the paws on his hands, I'm like I'm not enjoying this because I'm starting to really think SIU leans on the gimmick of overly suffering, or over being overly hyperbolic and exaggerating everything to such a degree. I don't think you organically give me the chance to like a character in a normal way. Like Odin. Odin, when he was one, he walked out his mother's womb. He fucked his first bitch at age 2. Then he killed a boar with his bare hands a week after that. And everyone's foaming and creaming themselves when they see him, and it's like, why not just let me just make him like kind of regular and go through a regular trials and tribulation? Let me like him normally. Then Kuma, you're a buccaneer. Your life sucks. You're a slave. You're a bitch. Bonnie, now you're and it's like, and I'm just there like, oh my god, like we still falling for this? Like this is still moving people? Like I'm just tired. Like they just both stink right now to me. This is both not in good form, bro. This is not masterclass form. But again, it's just hard, man. It's hard. Most people never studied storytelling the way that I did, right? They didn't excel at it in school. Because again, I can't add. Like I always tell people where my followings are. I'm not a genius. I am Zorro in real life. I am always lost. I cannot point to a place on a fucking map. My history is shaky. If I gotta do math, you put me in a room full of physicians and look how stupid I look in a second. But I have written works. I have won writing contest. I am a journalist. I am a writer. I understand what's supposed to be done and not done be done. Now I don't necessarily think there's you have to do anything or not do anything. You don't have to do anything. But if you're gonna remix something that is a tried and true formula and you don't execute, people are gonna look at you funny. If I come in the NBA and start doing some stupid shit like a 3-point scoop layup and I'm not hitting that bitch at least 40%, people will look at me crazy because that's weird and unconventional, especially in like transition. But if I'm hitting it, people won't look at me crazy. I just made up my own type of signature move type beat. You get what I'm saying? Like, so when you kind of go off the beaten path, you gotta be careful. But you know, that's why I've been in a gaming mood. Because one thing I don't care about something being good in is video games. But we'll have to see. People that sent you, don't understand. Doom, man, you've been wrong for back to back claiming blah blah blah. All right, man. I hope you're still in. Like, why are you here? I hope the retcon that Yama line and you just say you can't heal from traumas attacks like Dumas' arm. Me being engaged ain't the same thing as me being serious. Oh, fair enough. I was mentally checked out. If you're still doing TOD versus Kev videos, Kuda versus Asha videos, who's smarter, who's a better schemer, might potentially be a good video. I'm not. I think I'm tapped out. After Kaido and Kasak, I'm done, bro. I'm done after that. I'm done after that. I'm done. I'm tired. That video took way too much energy to edit, and I still feel like it's a slideshow because Kubera doesn't have too much animated things, too many animated things. So yeah. Where was I? Oda the Bum, bro twerked for years. Yeah, I can't stand it. I think I might like Triggered Senpai. That name sounds familiar to me, but what and who is that? Oh, YouTuber? Is that the one? Is that, there's no, that's not that's somebody else. It's a guy who makes videos, so no matter what it is, he always hates it. Young Defiant. He's like, no matter what it is, like this is shit, this is trash, this is mid. I don't remember bro's name, but something like that. So yeah, I love how SLU said matchups in TOG, but obviously doesn't matter when it comes to BAM. Let us all go read Stormlight Archive. Stormlight is some good shit. CBL out. But he can absorb Shinsu. He should have high recovery. Niggas need to play to their strength. It's okay to not know everything. I agree. I think SIU sticking with his formula. Why change something that makes him famous and rich? I don't agree. If I were him, I would make Dumas win, but that won't happen. I would have done the same thing. When you make a video on this chapter, please title it the worst chapter Tower. I'm not going to, cause I don't think it's that, but it'll be funny. Kasak video gonna take like 3 seconds to do here, so that should be fine. Yeah, it should. To keep it back lighthearted, what minor character do I overly like? For me, it will be Doom. I don't know why his personality and design connect. I actually don't dislike Doom. When Kel Helm was like, "Join us or die," he's like, "Give me death over bondage." I'm like, he kind of real for that. I could respect it. Um, I could respect it. Uh, I feel like people think that I think that way about Mew Love because he's not that important, but Mew Love I like a lot. I really like Lore Young Sleep. I call him Young Sleep. I like him a lot. Fonseca, Lore. I wanted to like Hats, but I think Hats is what I hoped and dreamed for Hats. I think is cooked. I think it's cooked. So yeah. Well, Young Define is a goof. Like yo. Kasak is the dragon. See, every character in One Piece has that really sad backstory. I always feel that's way too repetitive. Been a bit tired of it. Loved in the beginning with Nami and Robin. I don't even think it necessarily is like I don't know. It's just I don't know. It doesn't move me anymore. I almost never have a favorite character in shows. Honestly, Kubera kind of the only show where I have a few faves. Feel it. Doom is fine. I would have just had more impact if he had died against Yasracha. I miss when Evankel had potential. Evankel is a fraud in my opinion. So you know how I feel about her. Don't like Evankel like that. It don't move me. Um, I like Liroro. I'm a big fan of him. I think his speech is awesome. He has some of my some really good favorite moments. Really really young. Young sleep is that dude. Where he at though? He's sleepy. He's sleeping. Everybody who invests in Dumas need to pull out before the stocks crash next chapter. Ah, I'm hoping that he lured us into a false insecurity. Look at me. See, I always have hope. I gotta stop having hope, bro. I be I'll be having too much hope and faith. I gotta stop. With One Piece, the magic isn't there anymore. That's kind of how I feel. Like it's just gone. Like whatever. I don't know. Ain't gonna lie. The only thing that makes me a little interested in TOG is because of Urek. Yeah, Mazino hype is real. I hope we see him soon and does something towards the end of the arc. Him and Loose like, and they fight somebody impressive. So yeah. But F man, it was a gold mine waiting to be tapped. Yeah, it was. Oh. Evanko's a bum. She had one good showing in the last station and fell off since. Why don't I like Evanko? I don't want to rehash this. I'm tired. I have a video called Why Evankel is overrated. It's like 8 minutes, not that long. Just watch that. I haven't changed my opinion on that there. What was the moment that Evankel was it the moment Evankel died for you? That was it when Mulov actually cooked. It was when Mulov cooked for her and cooked her, and she was like, it was how she acted against another floor ruler with Garment Widow, and I'm like, I can't take this seriously. She's stupid, and every time I see her, I'm disappointed. I think she does moves me. Again, you can like Evankel, I just don't. I just do not. Yep. No, I don't read super. I don't read Superhuman Era. No, I don't. I never even heard of that one. Superhuman Era. That name is pretty raw. We're gonna go through some of these comments in a second. By the way, I just realized there's pages of comments. I be reading one page because they got this 7 days ago. Oh no, I don't know. I didn't pick a chapter yet. Never mind. I'm a fool. I'm a fool. I am a fool. Happy belated. Thank you. This nigga died again, right, Nara? Like Nara, you don't even be like in the community like that. Like you just pop in here and there, and even he's like again, bro. Like again, like see somebody who's completely divorced from the community is like, ain't no way, bro. Like that's why you just not doing what he should be doing. It's just not fire, bro. What can you do? But it's a funny chapter though. Again, I was thoroughly entertained because this was literally like emotions that I felt and me wanting to see, but like my brain still being extremely logical and operating within reason, being like, this is making any sense, right? I'm like, yeah, I know. It's crazy we didn't see Yama again. The readers of the official chapters are eating good. Wait until they reach the mid. The webtoon dick suckers will be in full force. Oh, they will. I mean, Spider Man is strong, but Atlanco should be smart enough to fight with experience. That's really my point because she's like, I have the family heads. I can't remember verbatim. Like, I have the shield, and she's like, I don't care. That's stupid. And she like parried her and stabbed her in the chest. I'm like, ain't no way you did all that. And you're decompressed now, so you're supposed to be stronger. But she's tired. She was doing. I'm like, that shit tired her out to that point. All right, man. Calavan was tired too, though, so it was consistent. Fishy man getting carried again. Yeah. Here's the Ivanka video. Thank you. Yeah, Ivanka's disappointed. Not gonna lie for being 64 in the tower. She's top 300 now since I believe she lost her floor ruler title. If Ivanka was at full power, she would have won against the spider. She was already tired, and there we go. I already defense force for Ivanka. Oh, like, just listen, man. Ivanka sucks. All right, Ivanka sucks. Sorry you feel that. I'm sorry you're a fan, but sometimes you have to understand the character's not good. How long did I hang out to Karaka? What more do I need to see? Karaka is not is ass. I moved on. Sidebar. You guys work out today? Of course. Worked out today already. Of course. Of course. Okay, let's read these. Put it on the screen. Get- What does Korea what? Time for our favorite segment. What does Korea think? Yes, sir. Clap, clap, bravo. Let's get to reading. Okay. What did you say? So the new chapter is another stinker, right? It's funny though, Ken. I think it's funny. I think you might get a good laugh. Vankel's so mid, yeah. Should have taken a Vankel's high ranker badge after that shit. She don't deserve that. Facts. Yes, I think that Wan Ryu is the difference between the strength of a ranker selected person. This is normal. Illness, Tower of God. The buffet is easy, but can't even eat properly because the something is ruined. This is a free cafeteria. I'm sick. It's so idiot. Is it okay if the portion size is long? So your life will be spent at a Korean buffet for the rest of your life. I read this already. The second god of poop headed dog disease. I don't know who that's supposed to be. Kion Nenji? Fuck. Are you a weak main character? Not all main characters are strong. If you ask about their positions, they would be in the middle in the middle of the middle range. If there's a main character who gradually becomes weaker from the top, there is a main character who gradually becomes stronger from the bottom. But it's still not acceptable to say that Shin Tap has risen from the bottom to the middle. What is the reason? If it's the original, it may not be similar to, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, the story where the main character's bloodline awakens and becomes stronger. It might have been stronger. Naya, you can't compare Caliban. You can't Ivanka to Caliban, my goat, built different. Of course, you don't get tired. Yeah, Caliban raw. I meant Karaka. I think. What did I say? Caliban? Well, Caliban was still tired because Liborg. I think Liborg mentioned it, but Liborg did something that powered him up, which was strange. It's something we never really seen since there. So, Serial Pentaminum is the main character. Is the main character has to pay for a one com with a bunch of shit, but he's weak. He's really bleeding from that kind of mob, right? Oh no, fun. Then you don't have to watch it. It's free. But is there anyone who can beg for you to watch it if you don't watch it? You're rushing so fast, you idiot. Do you want attention? If you got scratched after listening to me, that's okay. Why don't you watch boring national games? I'm sorry. How did you know? You're what? You're gay? You don't watch national games? What's going on? They argue with one another. They 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 infighting. Yes, I want to read this difference between the strength. Oh wait, I read this already. Where did the red bar and blue bar go? Why does it not start when he has? It's, see what I'm saying? Like, no, it's not just us, bro. It's not me. We're thinking. We're like, okay, so why doesn't he at least have his horns out and like kind of actually fight? Like, it's not just us. Like anybody defending this is stupid. They're not smart. They're just capping. Korea being mad is funny to me. I love it every week, every time. Even but there was one week where there was mad hype. We're like, wow, they like this. I'm just reading the comments from like this webtoon site where they can kind of read it for free, I think. So, but it's Google translated though. It's not. It's not. It's in Korean. I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm only bilingual. That's where I tapped out. So, oh yeah, Korea cook. Yo, Korea cooked, man. Not all main characters are strong. You're right, brother. Unfortunately, nigga, Bam ain't one of them. Facts. Yeah, these are Korean comments. Yes. Uh, why does it gotta start with two horns? It's been several years, but the way you talk is still the same. Have the main character and his colleagues are strong. They say they are strong. If they are weak, they say they are weak. As expected, it's effing fun. At this pace, when are you gonna beat Gaju and I think that his family head and when are you gonna beat Zahard? Ha ha ha. See, some people think he's not getting strong fast enough, which is crazy. At this point, okay, stop dying. If Bam beats Dumas, he will win. Everyone except the 10 heads and the direct president of the heads. After White wins, the power inflation is even more ruined. Oh, like, I'm sorry, do I influence this community? I don't, right? So these remember these remember you guys are all sheep apparently. Y'all don't think for yourself. These people thinking for themselves. They're saying things that we're all thinking. That's all I'm saying. After White wins, the power scaling got ruined. They say that he is weak for losing to Dumas. Haha. Look at the episode. Kun was killed by Yama's younger brother before, but lives on as a silver tongue. It's like the cliche of birth and awakening. I just wish Kun will die here and be out. No, leave Aguero alone. Let him cook, bro. Let him come back. Phoenix down gimmick raw. But honestly, I made episode 625, and the pace of development is fast. It seems like TOG is right. If you want to make money by getting a lot of some type of character and become stronger, when you meet an enemy, another character as the main character, let's worry about it for a while, increase it and leave, or ride it with a long life like Mr. Barr. Should I follow One Piece? No, don't do it. Okay, it's complete. Even though the highest ranker said he killed him, he insists that he doesn't die that much. Honestly, this is normal. It would be highest amount it would be the highest among high rankers in the top 100. To be honest, the scene of the hair being broken should have been shown a long time ago. He used his pedigree to rub against high rankers and made it seem like he was proud, but in reality, he was school related and a regionalist. Regionalist, blood related seems to be the biggest. I just finished it like this. I twisted my head and turned around and it was over. LOL. Top of no fun. Quack quack boom quack quack. How many are there? Ha 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 ha. I really don't have enough skills from putting in sound effects to raise the quality. Glue stick, chill, chile, tranquilo. Let's just twist his neck and kill him and beat him to death. Look at how the drawing came to life. As soon as you go through it, summon it to the heart room and go to Kud and Crocodile Heart. Night, Initial Awakening, Loose Consciousness, Two Thorns, Dragon, etc. All dissolved in the black divine water of the night. Night type divine Shinsu source can create a black orb and use the tower law and armor. Dumas confronts the main body, which is trying to protect the heart while dominating the space. Only the crocodile heart is saved by turning back time. Dumas protects the heart, but the space in the armor bursts, and they all jump up together in front of Trauma Ray. Continue next episode. I have a question to ask. Which season of Tower God do you like? I like season two the most. Season one was fun, but what season two when Bob was stronger, I was very moved. Yeah, season two is the best. Then one, then three. But I think one is very good. Kun's death, just kill him like this. This is SIU, haha. I watched it because I saw it, but it's really fucking funny. See, it's funny comedy, hard, hard, hard. I'm the second in line in the family, so I have to do this much. It's definitely less annoying because it's one-on-one battle where you gather a group of people whose names you can't remember and engage in a large scale melee and go one-on-one. But the battle without scroll eating skills that have only the name of a killer, aside from other things like measures of strength and night and I guess band progress, less annoying. I think to make this point clear, and if you're going to include damn extras, I think it would be good if they at least added their names and affiliations every time they appeared. Okay, that's interesting. Yes, this is the power balance. It seems like the two selectors that have lived for a very long time by taking the lead in this war rather than hiding from it. If Bam has the skills he's gained so far, he should be able to win or show equal skills when he fights against high rankers, but he's he's still like that, and it seems he messed up all the skills he's learned so far. Does the writer know he will now be remembered in Naver history in the future from the Bayek something of human civilization? He will be remembered as the story of I don't know what that means. And for the author, he'll be remembered as a writer of this. There are so many complaints after watching it for free. The blue bar and blood bar, two horns operation. The black march hasn't been properly used. Some people say it's weak, and others say it needs to be rubbed together. Yep. If Dumas's name is worth it, it seems right to beat him, but he gets a lot of criticism for being a weak main character. I get beat up all the time, but I gradually lose my strength. It turns out each corps commander and FEG are poor. If Calavan, Yas, Racha, White attacks, he can't win. Third place seems to be much stronger. That much I could say I agree with. Dumas seems to be above Calavan, Yas, Racha, and White to me. I think it was even hotter during Juvial Grace. I chose it at night and the kid's done with it. Will I be able to see the ending while I'm still alive? The reason Bam is criticized is because in the previous season he showed all the power he had, but this season he didn't even show half the power, and instead he was criticized because he degenerated. When he fought, why does this keep doing that? It keeps making me think that my thing stopped. Stop doing that. Sorry. When he fought Zahar's clone in the black orb, the new technology Stardust introduced on the other side, it was really true. He shows all the powers he has, but when he fights Dumas this time with the red Bari, Shinwan Ryu Leviathan, the double wing flame that he showed right at the end, Bam, the ultimate king of things we knew is dead. And like Son Goku, the Bam clone comes out and fights as a substitute. To be honest, I'm watching it all the time as a fan, but I can't be disappointed. The knight is dead. Haha. It's just not fun. I guess I'm watching it because I'm curious about the ending and because I've accumulated something over the years, but I'm not watching it because the content is interesting. I hear that. Hear that? Now it takes 3 seconds to slurp without reading the context. 3 seconds slurping is out of loyalty. Get off now. Even if I fight with all my might against a higher ranker, is not enough. So I take out my one thorn out of the two. Where are the red and blue Baris? I've gone through all three. So is Tower of God completed now? No. Tower of God never ends. Yeah. This section of, I think you guys told me it's 8 out of 10 on Naver right now, but that section of the fan base definitely they wasn't fucking with it like that. They were pretty unmoved. It is what it is, bruh. I'm in such a good mood. I'm in such a good mood. I He actually didn't ruin my Monday, so I'm happy about that. My Monday is not ruined. So, oh man, the comment from the Buddha guy is killing me. I'll make a joke about Paul, but Paul is a goat. Yeah. How do you think the ranking? How do you think ranking is determined? I used to think it was 50-50 power influence, considering, but it's probably 80%. I used to think it was split pretty evenly, but power is the most important. But I think recognition and influence are more important than power for sure. So yeah. Look at the cosmic scans comics you cooked over there. Is it back up now? Cosmic scan was down for a bit. Somebody did send me a comment, but told me to read it later. I have from Cosmic. Yeah, it still says we are closed. Let me see if I can find that. I have to go on my Twitter DM. Give me a second. I think I found it. Nope, I did not. It's by someone named Dazed. 21 hours ago. And SIU takes back the reins by force from bureaucracy. Dumas is doing Traumare's job. This is how most people expect regular versus higher ranker would go about to go. I did not expect to get to see this anymore. Whatever affection like sympathy I still had for Bam has surely been put to rest. What a pathetic kid from beginning to end. Always holding back, always acting like he's got all the time in the world, always choosing the wrong time to sympathize and hesitate, and always getting violent with the wrong person in the wrong situation. And the moment things go south, he becomes uncontrollable, volatile in mere seconds. I think that was a very interesting way of looking at Bam. Very interesting comment. I'm not here to tell you I agree or disagree. I just thought it was interesting. That's it. That's all. Listen, let's break the K fob for a second. Ultimately, everyone's point of view and perspective has some type of value, but obviously if you don't necessarily immerse yourselves in doing something like this, it's not necessarily your forte, even if you're good at it. And you're all to think and feel however the hell you want about the chapter. You could be mid that hits. I don't care. It's pretty. I love Bam. I like Dumas. Whatever. You have to understand, as somebody who considers himself to be a writer, I take storytelling pretty seriously. This is why I was saying video games. If you're going to force me to engage with a narrative, don't be ass. Because when I play games, I don't care about that. I could read a book or watch something if I really want a narrative experience. I play this because it's interactive, because I want to play the gameplay and enjoy the gameplay. That is the reason in which I am here. So, you know, keep that in mind. That's all. I think it's important to analyze things and be critical of stuff. But like I said, do never do it to the detriment of your own fun, where then you become a pseudo intellectual and everything is, my peak fiction. Don't become one of those losers on Twitter. But funny ass chapter, man. Funny ass chapter. Y'all got a favorite panel, a favorite piece of dialogue? Mine was that was my favorite panel as far as dialogue. I don't really know. Maybe I think I'll go with I think you said this Scove in the other stream, like Bam being like, "What do you mean he's dead? How could you know that?" Like when people's heart stops beating and they stop breathing, they usually die. And I think it was kinda said he's the opposite of Shido when he said when people die when they were killed. He's like when people are killed, they do not die. People live when they are killed. Bam was on that gimmick. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6, 4, 5, 4, 6, but it's funny. Funny chapter. Do I have loose like over a Dory? For the time being, but I wouldn't be surprised if I did like the Tiger Dragon Gate attempt too, and I thought that it made sense. Like I said, the kind of only time we saw Dumas being hurt outside of really trauma ray and like the little two family heads getting a little licks in because of I guess Dumas not fully trying or something. Not sure. Um, I just realized that he has his hands in here, so I'm stupid for even considering in any way, shape, or form that the armor and Dumas were linked in pain. The armor has no hands, and Dumas's hands are there, so I'm actually brain dead. That's an L for me. I'm taking that L. I'm an idiot. I just thought about that, but yeah, he hasn't really been pushed. Well, I forgot what you said now. Um, they're coming from this Buddha guy's killing me. I make a joke about Paul. Niggas are funny. Two is good. Koreans are smart as us. SAU's real name is Bob. Oh, Um, Elias Hart replaced with Conan now. Quid has the armor in full operation. Show me then. Stop making stuff up. Calling Bam a weak main character is effing nuts. Yep. To be fair, it's because season 1 and 2 were pretty good. He is his own worst enemy there. Now you gotta understand there's a lot of TOG fans hated the last few chapters, not because they were asked, because it makes Bam not look like the special one amongst the people in the group. That's a good point. Korea really wants that soul leveling rat as their MC for everything. Yep. I don't mind broken powers, but can't characters like master what they have or fight? It's one of the weirdest things of the Bam where Bam will master something or train and then uses nothing from his training. Bam, yes, you have spent 3 years learning the water blast technique. You have now mastered it. In his next fight, I absorb Leviathan and I'm using Dragon Claw attack. Like, it is actually kind of funny, but it's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in storytelling. I'm like, he don't have his character actually do and use the things that he was supposed to just learn. Like, what is going on here? Dory number one, ranking on non-irregulars would be fun. I don't. Nothing of Tower of God right now is fun, bro. I don't want to do no. I don't do any extra work. All right, Jesus. Exactly, Korean. No, this is basic common sense. Yep. Why doesn't Bam use ignition anymore? Haven't seen him do it since season 2. I don't know. Is Bam actually a weak MC? Of course not. But again, we never really wanted him to fast track and speed run to the top of the verse. We wanted it to make sense, but we see what we see. And at some point, when are you gonna trust your lying eyes? You always make strong characters challenge. Superman gets all the time. I like when Bam struggles with his morality. That's what I'm saying. Like, at least do something with his personality or his mental stability or something. Because Thing brought it up. Big Shiv, I think Swiv brought it up in the other one. Like, death is not the only way to have stakes, but these aren't things that he does. I don't know about Lucic over Adori. I like the Dragon Gate attend. What do you think of next chapter? If we're following tried and true formula and tradition, he's gonna be in his dark change mode. He's gonna get up and probably perform better. But I don't think it'll actually immediately be enough to beat Dumas. He might have to activate the crown that he got from White or something else to be able to do that. Adore looking like a fraud. Couldn't rack already better than her as a regular. And if you think the fight continues, when do you think Dumas draws blood from Dumas? Maybe within the next 2 weeks. Before the site went down, did you ever see my comment? I never looked at Cosmic Scans comment. Somebody sent that to me, like, what do you think about this? But read it after the stream. A lot of people send me stuff early. Like Karaka, Slave for Karaka always sends me the chapter when he gets the link. Like, people send me stuff, but I didn't see your comment. I didn't actually go on. But I opened Cosmic Scans, it was down. Um, Dumas is gonna negotiate, but Bam is gonna get emotional. Then Gustang pulls up with a cigarette with style. Okay, SCU's is funny, man. I be needing explanations, and he just keeps trucking forward. Yeah, ain't no SCU's government name is Bob. You, I might have got tricked. I don't know. I don't know if it was true or not. I just went with it. I think Dragon and Wave and Leviathan could work in tandem, but they're pretty similar. They got my nigga Kun asked out, bro. It's like the third, fourth time. Purely by feet, looks like it's above Tramore. Gustang, even though he was introduced later than them, of course, narratively they are stronger, right? Gotcha, Karaka. Next chapter, it's gonna turn out Leviathan can absorb Dumas's heart, and that's how Bam wins. I don't know, man. I'm not above looking inwards and doing introspection, but does anyone really think that I'm bugging with the opinion that I have? I'm like, listen, this shit is funny. I'm laughing, but In terms of writing and writing consistency and Bam not using his full power and my little nitpick about it always being a really granular character that has to kind of humble Bam in his way, shape, or form. Like, I'm not insane, right? Like, I do not believe that I am tripping. But sometimes you gotta look, you need someone from the outside looking in. I don't think I'm tripping. Cosmic Stan is unhinged, not gonna lie. Oh, Lord. Power of God, man. Does anybody know when Kurrigan comes back? I need that. I need a palate cleanser. I also need a Monday video, so I'm working overtime today. About to do a third stream. About to play some Spark the Electric Jester 2 on stream. We are doing some high speed, momentum based platforming a la Sonic the Hedgehog, baby. That's what we're doing. Please, for God's sake, let them have to figure out a way to get his heart back. But seriously, this chapter is an insult to a lot of readers' intelligence. There's a reason King of Lightning dropped this shit show. Fair enough. Fair enough. You know what though, Shinkai? That's a good point. I think one thing that I don't like. Oh the oh oh yeah, they be arguing comments. I used to see Mark. I used to only check the comments because one time I saw Mark in there, but they be unhinged and arguing like crazy. But I do want to say this. I actually take. I don't like react viscerally or whatever, but I take offense when I think a story is insulting my intelligence or babying me or holding my hand. I don't like that. You know what's, this is why I find Dragon Ball Super to be a weird case of I turned my brain off to enjoy this, and yet I still feel insulted because it's stupid what you're doing. What you're putting in your narrative is nonsensical. It's dumb. It's bad. So yeah, maybe we gotta treat the story like early Bleach, power ups looking cool, and escalations way later. SIU has been the Rossburger pump with the Ben Rossburger pump fake. I'm loving Helldivers too. I'm glad that what you been playing, bro? What you been playing? And give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, never mind, never mind. Um yeah, I beat the first Spark the on my just I'm gonna buy Rolling Rascals too and get on that. But that one has an online component, but I don't think it's only online, so I can just kind of do my Sonic. I won't lie to anybody. I won't lie to anybody. If you don't know this, I'm a Sonic kid. Sonic was a huge part of my growing up. I fell off for a few years during like 2006 era, but I was a Sonic kid. But I'm a Shadow dude. Like there was a point in my life, no matter what it was, the ultimate life form, you couldn't tell me nothing about Shadow the Hedgehog. That was the greatest nigga of all time. That was my bro, right? So when I seen the Shadow X Sonic Generations, I won't lie to you, I was like, oh, they're remaking Generations, and I seen Shadow, and I said, that's all I needed to see. And then I just been excited about it for a while. I went back and I played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I checked on my chows. I rebeat Sonic Mania plus Encore and stuff. And then I was kind of thinking to myself, like, why haven't I done what I do for a lot of my other favorite series? I I look for Paper Mario S games, inspired games, or platformers that I like. So I'm like, and this is when I found out Spark. I found out about Spark the Mighty Jester, the Electric Jester, Rolling Rascals. Found out about Brock Crocodile, that Star game that looks like Sonic Jam, Panic Porcupine, and Poly Roll, and there's a few other ones that I'm like, oh, high speed momentum based games. Because Sonic to me isn't just about going fast; it's about momentum and physics. Because when he's on an incline, he jumps this way instead of straight up. And if you can use those weird jumps to skip levels, and he slows down on the up when he's going uphill, and he speeds up going downhill. So that's using physics to increase your speed. Sonic isn't just about speed, but I actually plan on doing a big Sonic stream soon. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about all the eras: the Boost era, the Genesis era, the Adventure era, and now the Open Zone era and whatnot. And then talk about some sleeper games and things of that nature. So it should be fun. But yeah, I've had a need for speed lately, and I really enjoyed the first Spark game. So yeah, only for democracy. Greatest thing DBS gave me was Toriyama hand job to my vocabulary. I think TOG is almost the opposite. It doesn't baby you. In the fact, SLU be having the fans try to explain the story. Oh, that's a good point, but he insults your intelligence though, and that's equally as annoying. So yeah, he never covered on this channel, but if you ever ask him to read it on like a live stream, he'll tell you that he dropped it early season 3. He saw the doo doo for what Daniel said. Oh, King of Lightning. Um, I didn't even know he got that far. God Toriyama needs to make new stuff if he wants to screw around. Cheated us out of classic Shadow. I was so mad Sonic Superstars did that pump fake. I like. Can I ask you guys a question? Do you always need to have like diegetic gameplay and UI to completely mix with the narrative of the story? Like, are you cool when video game things are just video game things? Like, I don't care that it takes Thor 3 hits to beat regular aim human. It's a video game. Like you have to have combat. Like I don't necessarily care about it. I understand why it would bother somebody, but that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. So like the reason that I'm saying that is like I guess for most people they think putting something like classic Shadow in a Genesis style game makes no sense because Shadow is a newer modern character. But it's like why not just reimagine what you think he would work and be like in the classic era, and it's just a skin, it's just a fun way to play as a different character. It doesn't have to be canon, a part of the narrative. Oh, actually classic Sonic at one time ran by Shadow, but he didn't know it was him, and then he was sealed for 50 years. Like, you don't have to do all of that. Just put him in the game because it's fun. I want to use fucking Rouge the Bat. Like, I just think certain video game things are just video game things. Like, you have to be able to suspend your disbelief for certain. Like, yeah, okay, that's a little weird, but obviously, if I could just be the Flash and move up max Mach 1 million at all times, there wouldn't be a game to play because I'd just be like, catching all the bullets, repairing everything, and being on the bosses. You can't have a game like that. So I don't know. Spark the electric Jester is pretty trusted. Oh well, the guy who made it did Sonic Chaos or something, Sonic something before and after the sequel, so he's had experience. But what I found interesting was Kuromatic makes Rolling Rascals, and they were the people who did the like mock up for Mr. Dog and for Slash in Snowboard Kids 3 if they had remade it now in like Unreal Engine 4 or 5 or what it was. I'm like, y'all made Rolling Rascals? That's crazy. How life comes full circle, bro. Amazing. Got to get the mayor on him. I actually sent him trailers. I sent Glam and Townsy the Sonic trailers. I don't know if they watched them at all yet. None of them told me anything, so I don't know if they've seen it yet. So yeah, just told me Thor was fighting a random mutant 3 instead, or just do what fucking Injustice did. I took a super pill. Okay, good enough for me. So yeah, I saw more making fun of Hulk. Well, yeah, well Hulk it kind of I get why it looks serious, and his leaping is not that great. But again, the gameplay for that game isn't even good or looks good or whatever. So yeah, but anyways, stay tuned for Bam versus Lee's. It's pretty chunky. It's like an hour and 1 minute. I actually did cut some of it out. Not because not like actual content. I cut out some dead air and some of the ums and oohs and well and the stuttering. So it's a little bit shorter than the actual recording runtime. I edited it as best as I could with what I had. I do apologize that it is a little bit slideshowy because all I really have was panels for Kubera, and I ran out of animated stuff for Tower of God at some point. So if you guys kind of want to podcast mode it and just kind of put it on and listen, definitely do that. But I think you guys will enjoy it. If you guys like the last two we did, there's no reason to like this one because this is easily the best one. And if you guys want to come watch me play Spark the Electric Jester 2, I already beat the first one, but the 2 and 3 on stream later on tonight come through. We'll do that. Favorite panelist, Bam, doing this or getting Dumas. We'll talk about the Dumas stuff in greater detail sooner rather than later. Kuberto got no anime for y'all. Yeah, it's been hard trying to find things. To, yeah, it's been hard, but I did what I could. Oh, Kuber also doesn't have a game because at least with Tower of God, it has like Hiro Kantare, The Great Journey, Tower of God M, and Tower Net Marble or something. I don't know if I'm Maybe there's only two, but they also have like cut scenes and stuff there that I can use, so I can use footage from that. So that's also helped me a lot tremendously. So and then the webtoon trailers. So yeah. Anywho, thank you guys for coming through today. This was a great conversation. I had a lot of fun. Even people I disagree with. Listen, it's all fun and games here. I don't care. I don't really care if you disagree with me or whatever or not. But like for me, it's all fun and games. It's not that deep, not that serious. It's just a webtoon from Korea. At the end of the day, it's pictures and drawings on the screen. This is why I always lean into making people angrier because I don't think you should be that emotional about something like this. But yeah. What's crazy is after my reread, I got multiple scenes where I know exactly how I direct if I was an animation director. Finish that, by the way. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, y'all be safe. Be on the lookout.